This week I want to break down a new route that is just unbelievably effective on offense. The play we're going to look at is single back big, and the play is tight end option in. Now, this play is found in a lot of different books. You know, not all, but most playbooks with the single back big have this formation. But the playbook we're in right now is actually St. Louis, in case y'all were wondering. Now, personally, I like to flip this play, but it really doesn't make much of a difference. Now, sure, we could use the tactic that I've broken down a billion times to go ahead and, flip the play. We get the slant out and use the quick motion, but I don't even want to focus on that right now. We already know how to do that. Plus, we already know how to use the motion C route for a quick pass. We already know these two things, but the thing I want to take note of here is the tight end route. This route is unbelievable. It beats man or zone, bump, everything. You cannot guard this route unless you just literally sit on top of it yourself. But as I said, with the other things we can do with the outside receivers in this formation, that's not an option. So let's just take a look. This is straight up man, normal man. You see what I did there? As soon as we noticed our receiver cutting in, like you see how he cut in, we just threw a ball pass to the outside. Man coverage can now react to that. He got frozen, picked up a big gain. Now let's say they bump. Okay, they're not even going to bump here. The only way they could bump is if the player, like you see how the linebacker is lined up so close to Gronkowski, he could bump him at that point. But then we could just flip, if this formation was flipped, defensive formation was flipped so that he was lining up so close to Hernandez, we could just flip the play and get it on Gronkowski, get the route on either tight end. But as is, not going to be able to bump this route. Again, same thing happens. So anytime you see man coverage, that's pretty much all you got to do. Now, there's a little variation. Like some formations, like defensive formations like dime and such, basically multiple DB, like 4 DB or 5 DB formations. When you come out, let's look at this. You see how the man guarding the tight ends actually line up outside of them, so you actually want to quick pass it towards the inside this time. So it's just little slight variations like that. And basically that's just in just reading how the man defenders line up is all that is. This time we just basically waited just a split second and threw a ball pass to the inside. At this point, the player is over the top at outside half of our receiver, so he's not going to be able to make this play ever. Now, you're saying, okay, obviously I see that kills man. Man is not, that is just crazy. Man can't cover that. Well, what if they play zone? Again, not an issue. Cover 3, whatever. And you kind of just want to read the way the zones line up. So, you could run this to, like I said, you can run this to either tight end. It doesn't matter. But personally, I find it more effective against man and zone when you flip it so that the A receiver's running it on the right. But that's just me. Look how it just sits down just in the seam. It's just wide open in the seam. And we just get a huge 15, 16-yard play there. That's cover 3. And it's just wide open. It's a perfect route. It's, kind of, the defense thinks it's kind of going to be a streak, but since it's angled to the inside before it cuts up, it just gets butt naked against zone coverage. That's cover 3. Let's look at cover 4 even. It's not going to make a difference though. Any zone coverage, it's going to find a hole. Here's even a max coverage zone. It's going to find a hole no matter what type of zone you're in. You just might have to throw it at a slightly different time. That's all. Again, you just waited to drop the ball. But, again, we just waited a split second longer this time to throw it. Boom. Just wait for the DN to drop back, and we just throw the ball. And that's 10 yards. Okay, we didn't get 15, 16, but still, 10 yards. Move the ball every single time. Look, there's nothing you can do here. And we could have ran it to the other side if we wanted to, really. But, like I said, I like it better to the right. Now, you got to say, okay, well, what about, adding some other things to this play? Okay, they're bumping you. All you got to do, motion this guy in one step. This is an unbumpable route. And, wow. Don't know why that happened. Let's do that one more time, guys. I do not know why that happened. Because, I don't want you guys to think I'm crazy here. But, again, motion the guy in one step, and it's unbumpable. The C route is always unbumpable. Again, I don't know why the first time we ran that play it didn't want to be unbumpable, but we all know it is. So again, just let him take about one step just like that, and he's unbumpable. Again, I mean, big play there. So they try to play him. I mean, that's just another option you have to hit him with, just like that. Very, very simple. I mean, they can't play that tight end, and you know the tight end is going to be the least of their worries when you're hitting them with these motion C routes. So you want to add a little spice to this play. Definitely use the motion C route because that's something they're going to manually jump on. Then you hit them with the tight end over the middle, and that route is just unguardable. I'm telling you, you got to manually guard that route. And that was, you know, let's just be honest. You know, the tight ends in this formation up until now really have not been much of a threat. Yeah, you can run little drag routes over the middle. Not really going to do much. I mean, they might pick you up 4 or 5 yards a pop, but we're not concerned about this when you have these motion routes. But now you have a route that's consistently giving you 10 to 15 yards against every coverage by the tight end over the middle of the field. That's a problem because that's a first down every time. That's not just a moving the chains route. That's a potential big play, at least a first down every time. So this really opens up this formation a lot. And this single route I found so effective out of this formation in particular. You can find this route in other plays, but it's nowhere near as effective as when it's in this formation ran by the tight end. So even though this route could be found in other plays, it is most effective in this specific play I'm showing you guys by far. So this is definitely a play you're going to want to add in your big single back ace offensive scheme.